5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. OG's turn to ban. Dire team pick. OG's turn to pick. OG's turn to pick.
Veno banned every other game of this series. Necker slipped through as well. Pretty standard here from the openings, honestly. I do have to say, though, a part of me wonders how many times these heroes are picked just because they're left open. Like, we see them banned so often, but are they really first pick worthy or meta breaking, at least as much as they're given respect for?
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's fair. I will say, notably, Spirit left in and not taken from OG in the opening phase. Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? I mean, it was a hero S4 actually looked fairly comfortable on. He did a lot of work for them, and oh boy, I'm excited. That's a Shadow Shaman.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
To give the viewers a little bit of inside info, that lobby took a long time to get going, and I do know SFT has to play in Dream League soon. So, I'm not going to say they're going to go some insanely all-in, we have to win by 15-minute strat, but I can see them leaning on a push-heavy lineup to try to get this done and move forward. Like, if I'm OG, I'm thinking about a Death Prophet ban here as well. And if you're SFT, you have to ban Earth Spirit, right? There's no way you let them second phase it.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Some reserve time being spent here. But if... Yeah, it's an awkward thing, because the loser series is not played today, correct? It's just the winner bracket series? Oh, okay. So we have potentially 12 games? Okay.
I guess, but... Nyx Assassin coming out, so they end up banning Broodmother instead on SFTe-sports side. Don't want to get Brood cheesed here. They did run into the Brood against Secret yesterday. I was mentioning in that series against Secret, that game one, it was one of the most dominating victories from the beginning I've ever seen. Ace actually played the Broodmother for Team Secret there and just rolled over SFTe-sports. So perhaps a little bit of a flashback there.
A little PTSD.
Yeah. Woo. That's a different pick.
We're aggressive. Veno Undying is a brutal dual lane to lane against, though. Like, you get Galed and you're just dead. 2 heroes, 3 heroes, doesn't matter how many you have there. If any heroes get Galed, they die. So definitely curious to see. I'm really hoping SFT does something very aggressive with this Undying versus just trying to use it to zone out an offlaner. And with the Nyx pickup here from OG, I gotta wonder if this is going to lean towards a carry brew or if they are going to run like a Jerax Nyx, because that sounds bad when Earth Spirit's still just sitting there ripe for the taking.
Mm-hmm. Again, just how so well it did in those first couple of games. And it's not like SFT is going to play around that. You're not countering the Earth Spirit. So, yeah, I'm with you. I really would think it's still a great option here, but that Nyx Assassin does make it interesting. The 4th pick coming up, more reserve time being used. Undying, by the way, I mean, the Decay, seems like it is actually going to be pretty good here against a hero like Brewmaster, especially.
Yeah, it's definitely fine. In the days of old, when Undying was picked a lot, you almost had to pick an Undying counter. Like something like Gyro was really good back in the day. Nowadays, Undying's power level's been curved enough and kind of taken down enough of a notch that as long as you just play smart Dota, you can kind of not worry about countering it as much. Yeah. But I'm almost wondering, like, Gyro may see play here on the side of SFT as well. It's a very good tempo hero that fits well into this lineup.
Ooh, we got a Jakiro instead coming out for OG here. So yeah, they still needed their 5 support, and they end up going with the Jakiro route. We mentioned this yesterday's broadcast, guys, for the NA region and how it's really exploded there lately. And biggest thing with Jakiro for me continues to be the idea of both anti-push. He's great for that, but split pushing as a true 5 support hero, he can do it actually very well.
Yeah, PPD honestly is one of the first people I've seen actually split push on a support Jakiro all by himself. A lot of times you see them paired with somebody else, and it's supplementing the push. But yeah, PPD made a solid case, and I'm just going to go hide in the lane by myself. Huh.
All right, they decided to go the Arc Warden route here.
I'm not a big fan of that pick here. It's a very squishy hero into a lot of damage coming out from this OG squad, and Death Pulse and Clap and Impale. And honestly, Arc Warden a lot of times lends itself to a very defensive gameplay style, where you're kind of trapped in your base for a long time, and you work your way out with the Doppel, and just kind of wait until he can solo kill people.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of their lineup is definitely not tuned to do that. They want to go hard, they want to go fast.
Yeah, Arc Warden. It's interesting that kind of go what you're going off of, where we're just talking about how SFT, do they want to maybe try to end this game sooner than later, and then picking up Arc Warden kind of goes against that idea. I also wonder, is that going to be? I want to say the last time I think I saw them play Arc Warden in one of their recent games, and I believe Topson ended up playing it.
Sure.
In the mid roll even. So we'll see if that happens here or not.
I really want to see SFT run an aggro try with the Veno Rasta, like Veno Shadow Shaman Undying, and then you pick up either a solo safe Abaddon or a Tide Hunter, something really tanky. It can get pretty tanky. But
yeah.
They really lack stuns on this SFT side.
They do.
If OG gets ahead, if OG just gets ahead, gets even like a pipe or any sort of tankiness on them, there's not going to be a lot to stop them just from shoving down buildings.
They go Phantom Lancer as their final pick. Just all around does seem like a solid option here. One that can take advantage of the lack of stuns too on their side, and Resolution actually going to be playing it here. So yeah, it is going to be Thompson on the Arc Warden. That Razor final pick will be in the hands of Illidan here. So very 4-1 strategy from SFTe-sports.
In theory, mid-PL should just destroy an Arc Warden.
Okay.
It kind of works like Invoker, where if you're just up in his face and constantly putting pressure on him, he doesn't have a lot he can do. If he tries to flux you, you have images there, or you can just doppel it off. You can always run an illusion into one of his spark rates. Like there's very little he should be able to do as Arc. provided Rezo just goes a bunch of regen early, just to chuck lances at Arc Warden's face. Already a very low HP pool in Arc Warden, so I would expect Rezo to look to kill him at like level 3 to level 5.
Well, if that's the case then too, you probably figure they're going to have some kind of support in the middle lane then, even to help Thompson out. If it's such an unfavorable matchup, but you know, who is that? I guess Shadow Shaman could definitely be that because, well, I guess they have the potential to run, you know, pretty aggressive. You already talked about the Undying, especially with the Venomancer.
You might have to just let Thompson lose that lane, and then you have Nikwa get some wards early game and just try to push down that T1 tower top. Yeah. And once you get that, then rotate around. But they could always just throw Undying mid too. It does a lot of work in just zoning off an enemy mid lane, but is that really the best use of the Undying? This early ward game is going to be super important. Scouting the lanes out here for OG would let them make a pivot and change the lanes as they need to.
Pexu here going to be spotted by Jerax and vice versa. So you see Undying porting to the bottom lane though, and he does already get down his ward. In the corner there, blocking the camp. It does block it, right? That is in there. God, it's like
yeah,
right
I believe
on the corner. So. I mean, I got it zoomed in. It seems like it's actually on the outside, but
as long as the hitbox is anywhere in it, it usually does block. Like you see the little white circle around it.
Yeah. When
you hold Alt. Yeah.
Well, so that's what you're talking about. Okay, yeah. The ward's coming down on either side here. And any kind of rune congestion, maybe at the top here from S4, but no, he kind of backs off, so not going to necessarily be happening. Undying is setting up with the Venomancer. Undying even with a double Enchanted Mango build. And already has Decay leveled up here.
Yeah, this lane is so brutal. Trying to lane against this is so painful.
Jakiro and Necrophos probably don't want to contest this, so it's going to be a 3-1 rune split here in favor of SFTe. Could steal from them, and knowing that they have the potential to.
So the thing to watch out for in Undying lane, decays are great. They make people super duper squishy. Your autos all of a sudden just start chunking them out. But it only does something if you get autos in. Decay is a very expensive spell just to spam, and they have to add damage to the decay or they're not getting any value out of it. So look to see them play very aggressive, and this is either going to just crush in their favor or get turned around really badly.
You already see a decay coming out on the fly here. From
and every auto, I mean, that's like an eighth of his health every time he gets hit.
Yeah. Another one coming up in a couple seconds. Gonna run it now. God, look at Noto already melting. Yeah. There's 440 life. He's in trouble already. He's dead.
Yep.
His first blood. I mean, you're right. This is a pretty insane combination. It's all right.
Same
there.
time though, Topson in a lot of trouble top lane.
Ooh, Shackle's coming out trying to save him maybe by a TP and get out. He pops a salve. No TP on him, just going to keep trying to juke. The salve was taken off, but Thompson is going to make it out. Puts a spark rate down. S4 is the one also has to be careful now. No, it actually goes on a Jerax right there, so Thompson is going to be run down. Fairy Fire use as well. Puts another spark rate down, trying to still survive, doing his darnest, but he finally goes down. S4, though, is he going to end up falling to Pexu? Doesn't look like it. Puts on the Drunken Haze and able to run the hell on out of there. So they do get the turn kill at least.
That was the most wet noodle fight ever. Like, no one does a lot of damage up there, so it's just slow and painful.
So yeah, we do see though, Thompson on the Arc Warden, he is at the top. And Razor instead matched up against Phantom Lancer.
And this is what they had to do. Thompson would have just gotten decimated by PL. It's very similar to the Invoker versus PL matchup. But Razor on the other hand, with even 1 point in unstable current, all of a sudden it's nowhere near as bad.
You see right there, forcing Resolution to doppelganger away and just simply run. So Illidan taking advantage currently of the damage sap that he has. Bottom lane,
yeah.
Necrophil. Oh, that was actually top lane. That's Jerax going down. A little bit too deep. Interesting.
He wanted to go for the bounty rune.
Okay.
Just happened to get caught.
You got the Spark Race in the area as well, so Thompson putting those down. He buys this friggin' Basilius here.
Like, if somebody is alone in this top lane, there's actually a ton of damage on the side of SFT. If you get a Shackle out and somebody's isolated and you Flux Spark Wraith them, it's going to be hundreds of damage very, very quickly.
Whew. See again that link coming out. Back to the top lane. S4 running in. Jerax comes in with the stun on a Shadow Shaman. Not the much Thompson can do. There's also bottom lane action, but top lane we're probably going to be seeing a kill here. Pexu, he goes down. S4, is he going to fall in return? At least the Flux comes out. The Spark Wraith again. The auto attacks aren't going to be enough damage. Down to the bottom lane. Fly is going to be fine here. Undying spamming that decay though as expected. Jerax did get low as well, by the way. Up top there. Good action at both lanes. It's up working out in favor of Arkward, and there is now 1-1-1 here to start. And pop the clarity and the salve. So healing on up middle lane. Yeah, every time I look back at middle, it feels like Razor's just sapping damage. That's
yeah, this lane's so miserable for the PL now.
80 damage here. He just has to he almost has to play like a ranged hero, just sit back. Unfortunately, Spirit Lance costs 130 mana, so he can't even really spam that by any means.
I'm almost wondering if they don't want to make a pivot. Move PL down to bottom and move No-Tail into mid.
Seems like they need to do something here, because even the bottom lane is not going well at all. I mean, Necrophos is getting no farm at the bottom there, so... Yeah, it does seem like OG needs to make some kind of rotation here. Chikiro does come back in after getting some regen. No-Tail's dropping, but the Ghost Shroud heal and the Magic Stick on top of that, he's back to nearly full. Yeah,
maybe they just need to let No-Tail solo this lane. Like, as you said, you saw what the stick can do there with Ghost Shroud. He's very difficult to bring down now that he has all of his skills available to him. So maybe just move Chikiro into mid lane or something just to relieve a little bit of pressure. But yeah, something's got to change soon.
If you see Venomancer, 17-3, he's having a very good time on Nikwa. And then you have Razor, of course, middle lane, absolutely dominating, 28-13 against a 15-3 Phantom Lancer here. Illidan's off to a great start. What kind of Razor build are we seeing here? Is this going to be a drums game, you think?
I think so. Something drums SNY or drums AC or, yeah, something tanky.
Bottom lane, No-Tail.
He's going to kill Rezo mid.
Oh, wow, that's a big dive. You're right. Link comes out, and that's an easy kill. Back to the bottom lane. Dual breath happens, but Undying's out of range. Nikwa. He's taking some more, actually. Liquid Fire put on, but... Oh, missed the Venomous Scale. They were looking for a turn, but Jerax is here. He's going to cut them off. Lands it down the middle, gets one, and he's going to get the second one as well. Double kill for Jerax. Beautiful.
Oh, man. Rezo's gonna die again, though, if Illidan wants to be brave here. Salves. Okay. Not gonna go for it, but yeah, Rezo's down almost 2 full levels in this lane. It's a nightmare for him.
S4, he has to TP out. Is that enough? It is. Whew. Good decision on his part to get out. No-Tail also TPing out, and same thing for him. He also gets away. So both, it's a couple of players at top and bottom for OG having a TP out. So again, they live, but it's that much more time they're spending outside of the lane as a result of that. So yeah, Razor now has a phase boost, the Ring of Aquila. He's off to a great early start. The grip goes up, and Resolution that's run. He dodges the impale to stop a little more damage.
Such a hard lane. And this game's pretty well spelled out for SFT. They just need to keep chain pulling on this Shadow Shaman. The longer he gets where he can pull and get free XP, the better this game's looking for them. If he gets wards online pre-10 minutes, they are in a very good spot.
Undying.
Otherwise,
he's fine.
Okay. Yeah, if the Rasta's levels were coming slow, then losing these lanes is not that big of a deal for OG, because their team fight is just worlds better, especially without wards, so they wouldn't be that worried about it. But if this Rasta hits 6 quickly, they're just going to start losing towers that they're going to struggle to fight before the Brewmaster Blink Dagger, the Vendetta on Nyx.
Nikwa puts out that Venomous Gale. Here comes Jerax, though, again, in the flank. Undying, putting out the Decay. He's out of mana currently. He does have that Mega, though. Pops the Magic Stick. Running after Fly. Gonna try to get the kill on him with a Rip. Gets the kill in the end, but now may come at a cost right here. Although Nikwa needs to apply the auto attacks, but not nearly enough. So it ends up being a 1-for-1. There's a TP from... This is a Tempest double, actually, of Arkward. And Spark Wraith put down and trying to go for the kill on a Jerax. Maybe No-Tail with the Flux. Not going to happen. He gets out as well. Spark Wraith. Okay, that's actually chasing after Necro. And Jerax is run down middle lane. Illidan going balls deep right here. He does have the Eye of the Storm up. Trying to get the kill on a Phantom Lancer. Does a good job with the Doppelganger, though. And escapes out. Now Illidan running away from Chikiro. He should be fine.
Yeah.
Unstable Current also going to be assisting here. Yeah, Jakiro's going to be a little too far away. Fun bottom lane exchange there between the teams. Tombstone is also something that he is leveling that up on Undying. Something to look out for, though. These fights here.
It's definitely going to do a lot of work. It made that trade a little bit okay for OG. They got the Tombstone and the Undying. This is going to end very badly for Fly, though.
TP? No, he doesn't have it. He's going to accept death early at this point. He's not accepting it necessarily, but it will be a death for him. S4 goes down at the top lane, meanwhile. As well, Pexu actually credit for the kill right there. Even calls out the whoops. In comes a Shrine Pop, by the way, as Resolution rotates over this. Tombstone is still up, though. Putting on plenty of zombies. Razor now comes in as well. So, yeah, the Radiant side, they're going to have to retreat. Link is going to be put up on Resolution. Gets the kill already onto Nyx Assassin. And they're going to pick off the Phantom Lancer. The Plasma Field level 4 dealing plenty of damage there as well.
Nightmare situation for OG. I mean, the Undying lane's just running away with this game. Their mid matchup turned into a nightmare. This Razor pick is honestly just changing this whole game.
Yeah, kind of got caught up with the Arc Warden pick, if anything, and then the Phantom Lancer coming out, and so we didn't really talk too much about the Razor when it really happened, but yeah, since we're seeing this matchup especially, you're right. He really is the momentum controller for the team. And speaking of Arc Warden, he's going to harass S4 here a little bit more, but he's got the Hand of Midas almost finished. As that's a problem split, by the way. They're looking to turn kill at least Pexu. A couple of Spark Rays put down if they were going to keep chasing. Thompson's still hanging out a little bit nearby. The wards go down, actually going for the turn kill on a Jerax, perhaps. The Spark Wraith comes out, and one more auto attack needed. Not going to be enough. He will survive. S4, though. That's a Thunderclap and run. Oof. Almost a turn kill, but those were wards committed for that. From the Rasta there. Middle lane, Tower is going to be taken out. Illidan, though, he's draining all of that damage to No-Tail. But the Reaper side doesn't care about all that damage being drained. He will secure the kill. It doesn't get it, but they do finish him off in the end. And now SDSD, he got here just a little bit too late, although he rips himself. And he'll be able to walk it off because of that.
Yeah, if No-Tail got that kill, they'd be going balls deep for SDSD as well. But just can't quite go with No-Tail being this low.
But yeah, Thompson basically just about has his Hand of Midas finished. Venomancer actually getting his own Hand of Midas, by the way. Picked up here. So they're going to have a couple on their team.
Not a bad idea if they're planning on grouping as 5 pretty soon. If you're going to be all-inning as a team, Midases do help make sure you get some items after you stop getting towers.
And you actually look at the build in Nikwa. You know, I mentioned the other day I saw a build of the whole Blink Ags. And now that I think about it, it might have been Nikwa playing it here for SFT. Because again, I've watched him a little bit with these open qualifiers. He does have the Blink queued up at least. So, going to be going for that dive bomb build. Venomancer here, perhaps.
I don't know what I think about it in this game. Like, you're going to have Nekker who's going to try to just heal it all off. Nyx has a ton of base regen as it stands, and Brew can just split. So, it seems less effective in this game than it could be in some other ones, but they're so deep in top.
Well, that was well played by Thompson. He Tempest doubles, puts the Spark Race down as they're committing onto him, and then he chooses to TP after a couple of auto attacks to help finish off the Nyx, and then he actually gets out because of the damage just not being enough from the Radiant side. That was very well played on his part, as they were diving, as you saw. And so he has a Hand of Midas now himself.
You want to know the sign that a lane's going awful for a mid-PL? He buys an Iron Talon.
Trying to recover, man. Tombstone, this is a very aggressive Tombstone in the face of the tower. It's going to be killed off. He tries to heal it up even a little bit, but Undying activating the Flesh Golem here. As he runs away. No damage to Amp, though, as no one's really near him. Razor going Hooded Defiance, by the way, and so no drums build. He goes Hooded Defiance, perhaps the eventual pipe going to be coming out here.
It's all the same concept, right? You're just trying to tank up. You're essentially that team's frontliner. Like, Undying can do it after he has a bunch of decay stacks, but you're the guy who's supposed to be running in. So Hood's a very nice item against this. Nikwa, though, uses the ult.
Yeah, it gets some damage out, but no chance he was living through that one. No return. Pexu just solo pushing the top lane. Obviously, the tower kill's dead because of the wards being placed, and applies a little bit of secondary, or tier 2 tower damage as well.
Items are starting to come online for OG. We got the hood up now on Necro. We've got some items starting to come up on Rezo. He's got 1,700 gold saved towards the defusal. Looking a little less bleak than it did about a minute and a half ago.
Yeah, it was a very rough start, but to the credit of Notel, even, or not, more so Resolution here playing the Phantom Lancer. Used to see Notel playing it, but Resolution, to his credit, as such an unfavorable matchup, I mean, he's keeping up with Arc Warden and just about there with Razor, too. 5,000 plus gold. You mentioned the Iron Talon. Kind of felt like he had to go that, but that's also assisting with his recovery here.
Yeah, he's getting time now, and that's where the Iron Talon pays off. There's no one else in this lineup from OG that's really going to farm the jungle very much, so getting a lot of value out of picking that up.
The Shrine here, S4 though. Blink Dagger, it's almost here. 1960 gold saved up. He's at 2250 mark, of course. And Venomancer actually chose to even get the Arcane Boots here. As well as that Blink still queued up for him. They're trying to pressure this bottom tower.
Illidan just hit the Shrine for just mana.
Greedy. He's got the mana now. We'll see how he uses it. Not the best start.
They know something's up, but they're going to find tops in here.
Oh yeah, they found Arc Warden in the jungle. Can he somehow escape? No, right?
Probably not. Another one.
Oh, TP. There's a Spear Lance. They take him out. He has the Maelstrom, of course, queued up. He already has the Mithril Hammer. So making progress, but that's a good find if you're the Radiant side, and especially since Resolution, though, that much closer to the Diffusal play now. Here in this game, but bottom tower goes down, and SFTe-sports going to keep it pushing.
Yeah, and they still have wards. So wards get instantly dropped on this T2.
And you have S4 making its way over with that new Blink Dagger. May look to go in. I'm guessing they saw that by now, the way he's poking in here. So probably have that information at least. Yeah, gonna get the pressure up.
Very, very hard game to get a good blink up. Venom wards, Tombstone, Rasta wards. Just so many little ways they can stop blink. Spark rates.
A lot of those pesky little minions. Look at, you got Razor also hiding nearby. If they do commit to a fight right here, he's ready to go in. Doesn't look like OG's going to go for that, though. They're fine giving up a tier 2 bottom tower here. They realize that that's a spike of SFTe-sports lineup as far as pushing the objectives this early on in the game, so not going to risk it.
Yeah, their own spike is basically right now. They just got their Diffusal up on PL. They have the Blink on Brew. Nyx is very close to a Midas as well. About another 100 gold.
So does SFTe-sports, I mean, they got middle and top tier 2. Probably just keep pushing the tier 2s at this point, right?
Every Rasta word cooldown, yeah. Whenever Shadow Shaman words are up, you want to be at an objective.
Yeah.
In a perfect world.
Yasha for Erasure. With the slightly more speed, already a fast hero. As STST is going to be gone on and pops the ultimate right here, going for a turn, throws under the K as well as the Tombstone. Phantom Lancer dealing plenty of damage, though. Rasta comes in, cleans up all the illusions, but Undyne does end up falling. Eye of the Storm is activated by Illidan, though. Now they're running down Notel, or keep thinking it's Notel, it's Resolution on the Phantom Lancer, and that's a turn kill, so not worth it. That's also a 4-kill streak stopper in favor of Illidan. Coming out there. Very deep dive from Phantom Lancer this early on in the game.
Yeah, It's okay for OG if they end up using that ward cooldown being burned there. Because they did use Rasta ward. Oh, and they did not. Okay. What did I see there? Just a bunch of Venom wards, I guess.
Yeah,
but
just a lot of minions in general. You mentioned that. I mean, Tombstone minions, you got Venom wards.
So rough. I'm just wondering, what does Rezo have to do to live in this game? Like, once you get to the mid-game, there's just so much damage flying around that it just seems very, very difficult to keep yourself alive. Like, PL thrives in single-target environments where he can confuse people with Doppel, he can be on the fringe of the fights chucking lances, but that's going to be very hard for him in this game.
It feels like Lincoln's is a good pickup this game, but it's not really a Phantom Lancer here, or I don't know, right? So
it used to be.
Okay, well.
There was definitely a time, because PL struggles to find health regen. Like, that's where Bottle's nice, but PL really has a hard time itemizing to get any regen in the early game.
But Jerax missed the impale. Yeah, it's credited so much. Impale's one of those abilities, though. You'll see it missed every once in a while. It is hard to aim sometimes. And the very fast movement of Razor catches him off guard. You see the chase still happening. The plasma field connects, but going to be a little bit too far away. Commit for that chase. Blink is now finished on Venomancer, so again, he has the dive bomb build here. Blink in, poison over the team. And he's going to use the blink right here to go on a Jakiro. No poison over needed. That's a ward trap coming out, and Fly's dead. Try to kill off the wards to get out, but not going to be enough. I mean, Thunderclap happening, the primal split. They'll get the turn kill, so an eye for an eye here. Support for support. The Reaper Scythe kill makes it a little bit better for OG, perhaps.
Yeah, and getting the Rasta wards burned where there's not a tower. That's
True.
big for them right now. That's time that they didn't think they were going to have.
Pipe is finished on Razor, though, so he is very beefy here. At this point, Resolution needs to be careful not to get caught, but yeah, lack of stuns.
I don't think there's any way that they can fight this T2, though. Reaper Scythe down, Primal Split down. It looks really hard.
Yeah, you
Maybe
can't.
Fundyne keeps taking damage, though. If you can blow him up to start the fight, it looks a lot better.
No Scythe for No-Tail. It's on cooldown still, but as you mentioned, they are going to go down and die right here. Can he get the Tombstone down at least? Yeah, it is actually down. Or was down at least. He pops the Flesh Golem, staying alive a little bit longer. Macropyre burning him, but Nyx Assassin goes down to the backlands, and Fly's also going to fall. Right there. So the Tombstone eventually is killed off, but doing work to rip heal and actually undying, staying alive.
I mean, he had so much magic shield there. It's just way too much health to get through.
That's right, yeah, his own hood.
That was very impressive.
That pipe use. And now Rasta, again, no wards just yet, so they might actually save the tier 2 in the end. But it cost them a couple of lives. But I was going to say before that, too, I mean, we can't forget about Arc Warden. Neither can OG. Meanwhile, while this is all happening, remember, he's just still farming.
Yeah, he's getting very large.
He's got a nice core early on. A full Mjolnir even coming along now for him. And that's where he really starts to spike as far as his split push goes.
And just as a way to manage the PL. It makes him a huge detriment for PL to try to just dive on. Throw the Mjolnir on yourself, and all of a sudden all the images are dead. Then Spark Wraith hurts, then Flux hurts.
So Brewmaster just chilling up here for the time being, trying to find an option as far as a jump on anybody, but not going to be getting that. Instead, Razor continues to farm in the jungle. Sage and Yasha now finished on him.
Jerax, he'll know that Sentry's there now because of the zombie.
That darn zombie gave it away. He just runs, and he's going to TP out his own Hannah Midas as well. Picked up bottom lane. You got the Army of the Plague Horse versus the Illusions of Phantom Lancer. And Razor will just quickly take care of business there. OG, they might want to fight this, though, or at least try to push in the tier 1. That they're grouping up with that idea, but again, that whenever they kind of group up like this and try to do an objective themselves, you figure Arc Warden somewhere else. Split pushing that lane, and that's exactly what he's doing here. The top lane, the Tempest double, pushing it out. He's going to die off here, but distracts him enough, and they do fall back and retreat. Constantly dealing with that issue.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with the way SFT split up the map. It's always one of the question marks on newer teams on the scene, or even if they have veteran names, is how well they can do something like this, because this takes a lot of communication and a lot of coordination. But haven't had too many casualties from the split push game on their side, and paying off pretty nicely in the net worth. About an 8k net worth lead already. Only 20 minutes into this game.
I don't know about you, but it seems like Razor can just get a BKB here and be very powerful right now in this game. It
would be
really
very...
to stop.
Yeah, they definitely struggle to bring him down if he did that. I'm almost wondering if he's not just going to plan on out-tanking everything, though. Like, if he goes from here into...
Heaven's
like
Halberd wouldn't be bad, maybe?
Shivas or Halberd. Well, yeah, he could actually split the SNY and go Halberd into Manta. That wouldn't be bad at all, but it's just always questionable if somebody goes a full pipe if they want to go a BKB as well. It kind of feels like you're double dipping on the items a little bit.
True.
Getting a little less value.
That is true. Yeah, and this is a good amount of magic damage here on this side, but maybe not overwhelming. They are going to have to respect the physical of Phantom Lancer and even the Brewmaster. Again, with that passive of the Drunken Brawler, some big crits can come out. Not careful. Razor just running in here, but just simply to push out the lane. It was way deep. This is Jerax over here. Maybe trying to find a courier kill or a hero. We'll see what comes first.
He's just scouting right now. He's trying to make sure Rezo doesn't get popped.
Thompson's up here, though. That's a Tempest double, at least. Gonna run down Resolution. He's gonna chase after him. Meanwhile, over here, Illidan recharges in as well. Statically put up on Jakiro. Gonna sap some nice damage, up 100+ damage. Taking care of him over there on Dime. Meanwhile, gonna get picked up by the Reaper side, though, on the back lines. And now Nikwa, he already used his Poison Nova. No-Tail healing up with the Ghost Round. Lift up onto Razor, taking him out of the fight for the time being. Nikwa goes down.
Watch bot,
that
though.
Primal Split doing work. Yeah, bottom laner in all this. Thompson is pushing it, isn't he? Illidan, the Eye of the Storm. Still up, and S4 comes back together, but look at the bottom lane. He gets a little bit of damage on the tier 3 tower, but eventually OG falls back, and now responding to Thompson here, who's going to just escape, it looks like.
Yeah, very, very well played, though, from OG. Those were some risky TPs that they used to get back to the base, and if those TPs don't go off and they can't stop Thompson there, that's probably a tier 3. He does a lot of damage right now, and Tempest double was up.
Well, he gets back. And, but obviously has the Mjolnir, and now Force Staff, even a Hurricane Pike coming along, so that'll be a nice saving tool for himself. Peksu top lane. Probably going to fall to S4 here. Not really any mana to work with. Well, now he does with the Arcane Boost. Maybe a Hex, yeah. Try to run up. He's kind of blocking the trees there. TP in 1 second. No, 5 seconds even. Misread that. He's dead. Eye of the Storm, though, activated. Now S4, he does have a TP himself. He's not going to be able to blink. Thunderclap, run. Illidan can't do anything about it. So he does successfully TP. After the kill, that took a while.
Yeah, so we might be seeing the S and Y split on Razor. He did pick up a Ultimate Orb. It could also be a Lincoln's, not utilizing his quick buys. So. Don't know. But either one of those fine options this game. Like, yeah, there's ways to remove the Lincolns, but if it blocks a Scythe, it's just so massive.
Well, Razor, he is going to be gone on here. Jarex was hunting him this whole time. Diffuser comes out. There is support coming in. Will it get here in time? Here comes Nikwa. Yes, it will. Venomous Gale put out. And now, how much do you want to commit to this? Primal Split activated. The Boulder connects, but a nice bubble put down by Thompson also. And now comes a Tombstone. So now a turn chance here for SFTe-sports. Going to run down the Earth Brewling. 5 more seconds. It's coming back. As the Brewmaster. Here we go. It is going to come back together. And S4 just thunderclaps, and he is no doubt dead. So it ends up being a turn kill onto him.
Illidan's so tanky. So tanky.
Yeah, he's a
At
very
the same time,
kill.
Fly is managing to chip away at the mid tower. Might pay with it.
Yep.
So dead. And doesn't even get the tower. 30 health.
Ooh. Yeah, well, they denied here. We'll see, but
You might as well.
it's got to feel bad.
Huh.
You got Thompson almost has a Hurricane Pike now. What's up?
That Razor was just so hard to kill that last fight, and looking forward, they're not going to be in any easy position to do it later on in this game either. Like, Phantom Lights are, again, so far behind in item progression from where he wants to be compared to the rest of the other cores in this game. He's just not going to do enough right-click damage.
Yeah.
Like, they got through Razor's relatively small mana pool instantly with that Diffusal, and you saw PL's damage just stop at that point.
It does seem like Butterfly is going to be a good item pick before Phantom Lance for this game. The likelihood of an MKB on... I guess it could happen on Arc Warden, but, you know, Razor's probably not happening.
Can OG make it in time?
Don't think so. And those Plague Awards, Frost Awards, they're going to try, so they're going to get here pretty much as it's dying, but... Yeah, it's not happening. Razor picks it up, and in fact now SFTe-sports, they want to go in. Fly, nice Ice Path with the Macropar. He may be the sacrificial Lamb Rider as the Lotus Orb goes up, so he does go down indeed, but he'll kind of stall them, if anything, from pushing further. So a minor victory there. Jerax hanging around nearby. Courier, he probably wants to snipe this Courier. He should be able to get it. Yeah.
Pretty safe.
Being a nuisance there, but that's Razor now with an Aegis. Already mentioned how difficult he is to kill. Part of me almost wants to say, do they give that to Arc Warden instead, but they do give it to Razor here.
Giving it to Razor just gives you such a guaranteed frontliner. He just gets to stand in front of the whole team fight. You want to throw buttons on him, that's fine, and then he's just gonna eat everything.
Yeah.
Like, even if he takes a Reaper's, he's just going to come right back, and then there's nothing that the Soji side can do.
Well, there you go. Nico does finish the whole dive bomb build, the blink into the Ags. Has that now, has a Shiva's now queued up, which is going to be obviously just nice synergy with that idea.
He's so over-leveled, too. I mean, he's already at level 19, so level 3 ult is online. Just an absurd amount of damage.
Wow. Yeah, look at the top 3 levels. 20, 19, 19, all belonging on the dire side here. The Phantom Lancer just hit level 18 himself. So that's a huge lead on top of the net worth of about 12,000 net worth lead that they're working with in this game. And of course, Arkward again continues to just get further and further ahead as that's the storyline. Hurricane Pike finished. Lincoln Sphere now queued up for him even as well. It's not going to be a difficult jump.
And I'm wondering in the late game if this gets to the point where Nyx has an Ags and they're stalling in the base. How long can you hold Rasta wards? You don't really have great clear for them in this game. Like, yeah, PL can send some illusions at them. I guess Necro can try to chip away at them, but they're going to be doing some form of guaranteed damage every time they're dropped.
Oh, Pexu, he's trying to get this kill. Here comes Arc Warden, but doesn't even need it. Arc Warden with the Tempest Devil, he'll just push out the bottom lane a little bit before it despawns in a couple seconds.
The real one's just greedily farming Ancients, because he can.
Yep. It's like, yeah, how do you punish this if you're OG? He just constantly sends the Tempest doubles in, and you have to find the real one. I mean, they have a Nyx assassin, so ideally they can do that, but it's Nyx and then who? You know, they don't really have that great follow-up.
Yeah, their best follow-up would be like a Blink Necro, Blink Reapering, but they're so far behind at this point, just as far as relative HP pools in this game, that's not going to do enough. You already see multiple people looking to clear the 2,000 HP mark, and we're not even 30 minutes into this game.
Yeah. What is Razor getting, man? He's... Okay, he is going to go on the Lincolns. See right there with the Perseverance picked up, so... will be the Lincoln Sphere. I mentioned that's potentially a pretty good item in this game. Both him and the Arc Warden going to be picking it up here.
It adds what I'd call a huge risk of ruin to OG. If they happen to Lincoln's, like, Reaper Scythe into a Lincoln, they just lose the fight and potentially the game right then and there. So it's one of those items that if you're trying to decide what to buy, yeah, maybe it's not the most efficient, but it gives you a chance just to end the game on the spot almost.
Top lane. You also look at this on Dime, man. His own hood, the mechanism now finished. He has a Guardian Greaves actually coming. That's his plan, at least. He still doesn't have the Arcane Boots. Has enough for the energy booster, but that's going to be a great pickup to have. It's not only is Razor tough to kill, obviously Undying himself, but then as a team, it's going to be very difficult to get through all that tankiness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rasta, Pexu's just AFKing down here, and you know what? It's just about got his Blink Dagger because of it. He slowly pushing out this lane, and even if they do jump in, we've seen before, I mean, Arkward could send in the Tempest Double, kind of scare them off, so. He's going to get that Blink, though, very soon here. And
man, so risky from OG. They committed all of Nyx's net worth right now onto a gem, so no buyback on him, no chance towards the Ag. They're pretty all in on him actually finding something here. Oh, that crit!
Thank you, Drunken Brawler. 25% chance. Yep, they get a little bit of lucky there at the end, but it finished off. Pexi, did he get his Blink? He did not. So, his Blink will be delayed a little bit longer here. Because of that. Nice find there from S4. Just happened to be scouting out in the trees. Seen him there from earlier. Aegis is still on Razor. The Lincoln's finished. Seems like a good time for SFTe-sports to be pushing, but again, with Rasta dead, it hurts that momentum a little bit. As far as pushing goes. Undying. Oh, that was a Blink from Phantom Lancer, actually. Okay. Blinks away right there as far as reacting. So that with the Manta Diffusal.
That build makes Rezo a lot trickier to catch and kill if you're catching him in a one-on-one situation. In a team fight, though, it's going to be nigh impossible to get a real Blink off. With Poison Nova, Gale, all of the things I mentioned earlier flying around. But it makes it a lot easier for them to go on somebody. So maybe they're feeling like if we can just get on the roster, or get on the Arc Warden and blow them up right away, we can potentially win the fight. At a certain point, Razor's damage is going to start looking subpar. It might be another 20 minutes, but eventually he does start to tail off.
Yeah, he starts to tail off, but he's still assisting plenty both with the Sap and the Eye of the Storm for this Arc Warden, if anything, to clean up in the fights, and he becomes the right-click threat.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that's OG's plan, though, is we just got to outlast till Razor falls off, and I'll pop the Arc Warden. Like, that's going to be Rezo's job, is just find Arc Warden and, you know, Manta Doppel on him and just blow him up.
Well, that kind of brings us to Arc Warden here. I was very curious to see what he goes for next as far as that item goes. Now, right now he has that MKB queued up. We mentioned the idea of the potential Butterfly on Phantom Lancer. Now, it could be pretty good. He doesn't have that queued up or anything yet. But Arc Warden, thinking about going the MKB, I was also thinking something like the Silver Edge. The Break potentially could be pretty good. Diffusal as well is another possible choice. But
yeah, Silver Edge or Orchid were the first two that came to mind for me. And Orchid a little less value now that PL does have a full Manta done. But MKB is just the late game plan. He's already got 2,600 life. Full Hurricane Pike as well. So just going as much damage as he can.
This is a tier 1 tower bottom at 33 minutes and that's still up, and honestly, Nequa's to thank for that, it feels like. He just keeps spamming these wards every time they get close to pushing it.
Playing Venom is a thankless, tedious job, but it is very effective.
Yeah. Wow, he even has a BKB. He really is just all in on this initiation idea, as Venomancer is, so.
Needs a Veil, and then he's all in.
That's true, he doesn't have a Veil.
Yeah.
Missing out a little bit right there, but yeah, again on the BKB. So even when he does jump in, he's not just throwing himself away necessarily. Be able to sustain the damage, get out.
Shadow Shaman did make it to a blink as well, so that's now online for him.
It's Tempest double. It almost killed Fly. Actually, just about did. That was very close there, but. They will kill it in time and save Fly for the time being.
Alright, moment of truth for S4. He's over 3,800 gold and has a relic queued up.
What do you mean moment of truth here?
Does he buy it?
Okay.
Because last time he was in this situation, he switched to an AC. But yeah, he bought the Radiance recipe and sold it off right away.
He's still thinking.
It's really a hard commitment because you're so squishy. If you do go the Radiance, yes, it's a ton of supplemental damage while you're Primal Split in a team fight, but I think going through his head right now is, do I have to have a BKB or an AC so my Rezo can actually do some more damage? It's a hard choice right now. It really is.
Obvious clear winner as far as the item goes there, so trying to make that decision. Meanwhile, Undying, the Guardian Greaves are next in line, as mentioned earlier, on him. Venomancer's even going to try to get more of the right-click threat as well, just good utility. The Hurricane Pike queued up himself. We talked about Razor, another 1900 gold queued up. He ended up going bots here.
Rezo's going Heart, too. So he's not going to be doing much more damage for a long time. It's just going to be a lot of illusions that are difficult to kill. And I have to imagine just trying to sit on the Arc Warden most of this game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Relic committed, though.
Well, is maybe some of the logic there that he doesn't... He figures his damage is very likely is going to get sapped anyway, so he'd rather just be a little beefier in general, rather than potentially...
I think they just realize they don't have spike damage right now. For them to win a team fight, it's going to have to go long, so why bother committing to more damage when you can just be more survivable?
Yeah. Well, then, oh, he dodges the ice path. He is going to get back, though. In a pretty dangerous spot. Look at how fast he is, man. An unstable current. Doing work there. And Lincoln Spear also helping. MKB finished on Arc Warden. As that picked up here. Wow, they are going balls deep, aren't they? Jerix jumps in. The tombstone's put down. The bubble in the background from Arc Warden, though. Stun up onto Razor, but now he's fine. Has that Eye of the Storm activated. Reaper side, not enough damage to kill Undying. Actually, so far, nobody dead. Finally, Undying does go down, but other than sitting on top of No-Tail this whole time, the damage has been sapped over 200 damage. He falls out as Brewmaster, and Resolution. He has a doppelganger away. Somehow get out. Nice stun timing as well from Jerax, but Razor's in hot pursuit. He is so damn fast. Phantom Lancer, though, looks like he might just be a little bit far away. Jerax does get picked off back here. OG They felt confident, and that backfired.
The Rasta was on point there. The Shadow Shaman hexing Brewmaster instantly just broke that initiation up and made it super clunky. And yeah, that's kind of how most of these fights are going to go. Rezo gets out. Rezo only killed 1.5 people. It's looking rough. It's definitely an uphill battle for OG.
It's looking rough, and you are dealing with an Arc Warden now who's just about level 25. Not full slotted just yet, but he's almost there, and that is an insanely difficult hero to recover against. Going up against one that has the lead on you. So Phantom Lancer to split push in the top lane meanwhile, but this is definitely going to be a tier 3 tower kill, as Necro and Brewmaster still about 10 more seconds before they're up. So will they get the racks is the question. They want to hang around. Resolution goes in, takes out the Lincolns, but obviously he has to be careful himself not to overcommit right here. Ice Path goes down, Nico puts out the Poison Nova. Shrine's going to be popped. Resolution a little bit far away though. Force staffed right there, but did they overstay their welcome now? No-Tail jumps in, trying to run down Thompson. Thompson's out of range. A Lotus Orb put up. Nico is going to end up falling. That Tempest double of Thompson dealing plenty of damage is eventually going to die off though, and the rest will get out. So Nico's going to be dead for 80 more seconds. Venomancer, we'll see if they can capitalize.
Plague Ward's actually finished off the melee racks during that engagement as well.
So
that's huge. I mean, that's big for SFT.
Roshan, of course, up, but do you really commit to that? It feels like OG could try to steal a Roshan here, but they're not going to. Would be risky, of course.
Exactly, it's super risky.
Well, maybe they are. S4 at least wants to.
If S4 wants to sit in here alone, he can solo it. It's really slow, but it is doable. Once he gets that second Drunken Haze on him.
I mean, he obviously went that Radiant, so trying to take advantage of that damage. Not going to happen, though. Illidan scouts out the area. Does a drive-by. Razor does have an axe, by the way, yeah. So
Rasta wards just get thrown down idly on the shrine bottom. These are just going to chip away at it. Looks like OG has no plans to defend this. They are making the very bold call, though, just sitting in the Rosh pit.
Going for it. Nico's up in 10. That bomb is ready to go.
It's got to be on no-tail, right? Rezo's already super tanky.
Oh, yeah, I would think so, but yeah, it is going to be, it looks like they're figuring that out. Meanwhile, initiation over here on Dyne, and then ulti form, puts down the tombstone. Your rip heals just a little bit longer. He's somehow still alive, finally gets blown up. And now the tombstone is going to be destroyed by those zombies.
Arc Warden bottom already, though.
You're right, he is split pushing again. No surprise there. Razor's caught, however. He's thrown up in the air. Comes down. Illidan. He may end up falling to this. Reaper Scythe kill. Yes, indeed. 120 seconds. No buyback for him. This is an opening for OG now, but as you mentioned, Thompson split push in the bottom lane. Trying to get the tier 3 by himself, and he'll do that with the Tempest double. So can they really capitalize on this is the question, but it's a difficult task still for OG.
It really is. They have okay building damage. At least Rezo does have a DD right now, so they actually could take a fight as well if it does break out, but only for about the next 30 seconds.
Razor's even close? No. He's not going to be coming back towards a buyback here. So they're going through backdoor right now, and that's not working out the best. In fact, allows for initiation right here from Venomancer. The Poison Nova, Doppelganger forward. Resolution has to keep running. And he will be fine. The Dark Courier actually gets picked off. No items on it, though. I don't know if that was going to the secret shop or something. Didn't catch that.
It looked like they were finding the gem that Jarek's dropped forever ago.
Well, 50 more seconds until Razor's up, so they still have a little bit of a window here. I mean, tier 2 bottom is probably going to be the best option for OG. Oh, tier 1, what am I saying? Tier 1 is still in for it. In fact, the Tempest double trying to hold them off. There we go with the tier 1 tower kill.
They don't even have a creep wave to try to get the tier 2 either. So that's going to be all they get.
And that's feels good to get that kill, of course, but it's like, do they really get much out of that? Unfortunately not.
Jakiro bought a second courier. And it's sitting in the bay, like sitting in his stash.
Oh, you're right, wow.
Random, don't know why, but...
Scouting out tool for Arc Warden, I guess. I mean,
Radiant's top shrine.
a little bit of that presence there. I have Scotty, by the way, is going to be delivered. to Phantom Lancer side. He's a tough kill. He did end up going the Aegis. Okay, yeah, I thought they gave it to Necro actually, but
no, they gave the Necro cheese in the end.
4,000 life.
Another Rasta ward being committed though on the top shrine. That means it is down for 100 seconds. Maybe a minor opening for OG to look to force something on this bottom tier 2.
Butterfly for Arc Warden. I mean, he could purchase it. That's probably what was going on there too. But obviously he can't get to the secret shop right now. So unable to upgrade. OG zoning them out. S4, he's ready to jump. Nikwa.
There's just no need. This Tempest double cleaned out most of the creep wave.
Look at Venomancer is even going to go in further and slowly push out Brewmaster. Says this is our area. Stay away. Counter ward in the meantime. Just holding off. Again, the slow, steady game of defending here for SFTe-sports. As mentioned, the Tempest double also good for that. Could have caught Resolution's dying to the Tempest double. It's below half-life even, but they are actually going to kill the tier 2 tower. Jarek's with the Zags, kind of showing that off too on the Nyx Assassin.
Really slow long-term trade there. It essentially was the top shrine for Radiant in exchange for that tier 2. That's what the Rasta wards were committed on. That's why they didn't want to fight it on the side of SFT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now Arc Warden, he's even pinging out the secret shop. He wants to get here. He wants to finish that butterfly. And he should be able to now, so... That's coming out. Phantom Lancer. She currently has a defusal in his backpack because of the Aegis.
How do you ever kill this Thompson now? Like, he can 1v1 anyone on this team. He's massive. He's just huge.
Illidan sapping some damage off an illusion here. Plus 133. That's Vexa going down, so Resolution finds a kill while they're distracted. But now Resolution, he is caught. He has an Aegis, remember. Doppelganger forwards into the bubble. He's dead. It's just
after the Aegis.
Is he? I mean,
you have Doppel and Blink. You shouldn't die here.
There's the Blink. Doppel. He has it if need be. They're still going to chase. There's that Doppelganger. They're still chasing, though. The static link goes up. The Ice Path, though, it'll stun him in place. And that should be the end of the pursuit.
I'm almost wondering if OG didn't want to try to turn that a little bit. They're still lacking the Brewmaster ult, which is probably the big deterrent right there. But without Rasta, it looks better than most of the fights you've been able to try to take this game.
Mm-hmm. Does that butterfly just finished on Arc Warden, though? 5,000 more gold saved up. Moonshard is probably on his mind next. As far as spending that go, because you look at his inventory, pretty much expected to keep what he has there.
Yeah.
At this point. He wants to replace the Lincolns.
Maybe with Satanic eventually, but he already gets a ton of lifesteal on his passive tree. I think he's pretty content with where he's at.
Yeah, taking a look at 25s actually. Got Phantom Lancer going to 20 strength here, so even more bulkiness for him. Brewmaster, what does Brewmaster get at 25? That or 140 attack
Super
speed,
Brewling
geez.
or a ton of attack speed, yeah.
Hot. You have No-Tail on Necrophos. He's getting there as well. Razor, what about Razor? Attack range or static link damage steal. That's interesting.
Boring.
He has been linking and stealing quite a bit of damage here. I'm guessing Venomancer with the Plague Wards. Yep. 3 times on that. Puts one down there to throw it off Nyx Assassin. He's chasing. Venomancer has an F-Blade queued up, by the way.
Mm-hmm, I saw that. It's definitely interesting. I'm not sure what I think of it, because who are you really looking to try to use it on? PL can doppelwalk it off, and anyone else is not really caring. They're probably happy if they're ethereal, because then they're not just dying to Razor and Arc Warden.
But it feels good.
It's cool.
He's got a blink. Apparently there's somebody at the door. Been a lot of people at the doors this series.
Got the police last game, you know?
Oh, it's Jerax's turn.
So, yeah, Thompson is going over to buy the Moonshard right now. He actually has it with buyback, so he's going to be at his absolute peak for the next fight. I don't know how you bring him down. We do see Rezo with the MKB queued up, but that's going to be a long time coming. And for him to use that MKB, he's going to have to slot out either his blink or his defusal.
Mm-hmm.
I like this use of locking items, though. He has his defusal 2 recipe in his backpack, but he locked his defusal 1 until he uses the charges.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Just to get the most use out of them. Making sure for that. Again, this series, man, it's ended up being quite the grind of a series here between these two
Honestly,
teams.
what it's gonna come down to is if Jerax can manage to hit the double stun, the full burrowed carapace into an impale on Arc Warden. If they can pull off that combo somehow, there might be enough time to just beat down the Arc Warden, get through him, and then snowball through the rest of the fight.
Well, Shadow Shaman right here, pushing out the bottom lane again by himself, being that split push support. Talked about Jakiro's great at that himself, and sure enough, flies up here trying to do that as well. But Rosto's definitely another support hero that has that capability. No-Tail, jeez, he is really deep over here in the trees. Thompson's trying to find him, actually. Almost looked like he was.
This is super awkward.
Yeah, this really is. He's just chilling. Waiting for the right moment to strike, I guess. He'll continue to chill. Ethereal Blade is finished on Venomancer. That now. That's his own bots as well, so that's becoming more and more of a popular item. They scan out Rosta in the area, so they know somebody's here. It's not really that big of a surprise. He's done this several times this game. Got caught earlier.
Yeah. Whoa, misclick BKB from Illidan.
From, oh, on Razor. Yeah,
10-second BKB.
Okay. I thought it was like Arc Warden for a second, and it's like, well, he has a lot of buttons to press, but no, Razor not as much. So,
That's a huge misclick.
yeah. Down to 9. Saw that last game too. That was actually what was that Resolution last game. Mm-hmm. I believe. On the other side, so hey, still won them, or they still won the game in the end. So again, the lead continues to be pretty consistent here for SFTe-sports. Still a 15,000 net worth lead. Experience has gone down a bit, but that's just naturally going to happen as the max levels reach.
Rezo hard committed too. He's got the MKB but no buyback.
All right, and they're trying to use it here to.
Whoa!
Oh my God. Brewmaster almost. He had a primal split there to stay alive. Jeez.
That's super bad. Now you don't have split up for the upcoming fight. It does almost nothing to the Arc Warden to lose that.
Yeah. 7 more seconds, he can do it again. So Macropyre, great pushing out tool. Keep them out of their base for now. Look at that, the double push on the Tempest double right here, puts the bubble down, trying to put the pressure on the racks. They do stun him up. He's going for the ranged racks, though. Gets it to half life. The wards are put down as well. Backdoor protection is currently up, making it difficult. Nico jumps in, and there's the BKB uses now. So the backdoor is still up, by the way, but it's still taking enough damage to fall right here on the ranged rack. So the tombstone even goes down, and they're committing for this now. Again, they're missing a couple of BKBs, so OG perhaps has an opening. No primal split, though, for 40 more seconds on the Brewmaster. Now, the fact they're doing this with that backdoor is pretty crazy in itself. Maybe the actually is going to be healed up, though. Tempest double, putting good damage into No-Tail right here. He pops the cheese. He still might die after the fact. He's having to keep on running, undying, amping some damage in that ulti form as well. The Phantom Lancer with all the illusions. Trying to wear him down. Middle lane, meanwhile. See, one of the racks obviously already dead, and now ranged racks. It's also fallen, but again, the backdoor protection. The rip heal on Nikwa, not going to be enough in the end. He does go down, so OG landed just safe enough right here. Get a kill now. Reaper Scythe, he has it. He's going to use it on Illidan. Yep, that's 130 seconds.
Again, without buyback. It's just been a little bit bizarre. Getting the range rack so will secure his buyback.
He just melted flat right there with the Tempest double. So, but yeah, no buyback. Okay, yeah, there you go. So he gets it now, and the Tempest double anyway is going to push out the rack's bottom. So
that's just insane. They have no easy answer to this Tempest double. A
slow and steady game at this point. It seems like it's working out pretty well for SFTe-sports. And Thompson just going to continue that as he's now top. He does have a Moon Shard, by the way. There's a buyback on Venomancer. Help defend here.
I mean, OG needs to get chaos. They need to get something weird that causes a 1-by-1 stream from SFT that they can punish and try to get something happening, because otherwise this game's just over. This Tempest double just took another tier 3.
Yep. And Phantom Lancer and Necro were here trying to stop it. So, just, there's no answer. I mean, it's just, they're going to have to hope for a pick. They're going to have to hope for some kind of mistake on SFT, the overcommitment perhaps. It's really in SFTe-sports control. And it's been that way for a little bit now.
I want to see just some type of super brave smoke out of OG. I want to see them just smoke with, you know, Jerax trying to hunt somebody and see what they can find, because another minute, 2 minutes, and this game's just done by default.
And again, it goes back to, I mean, the good news is the Arc Warden, is he really getting more here? You mentioned the idea of replacing the Lincolns, perhaps with some Lifesteal or something else, but
BKB would work really well.
Oh, that too, yeah, just standing with the Tempest double.
Yeah, just to secure the game. You just flat out stand there and hit the building with it and close it out.
That is a good point. Maybe we'll see that come out, but he's sitting on 7,000 gold, more than enough for a buyback right now. And again, he already has that Moon Shard. He could feed Moon Shards, maybe to the Razor or something like that. Of course, if you want to as well. Start coming into play here. There's a Tempest double, though, pushing out the middle lane.
Like,
so
if they find this Arc Warden with a smoke, he's killable. Yes, he has 2,700 HP, but only 16 armor, which is actually not that much this late in the game. They could chunk him out in the duration of their stuns, but you got to have the time to do it, and they're just not getting that kind of time.
Well, they're trying Roshan right here. Jerax with that Axe. Right nearby. Gonna scan them coming over. STST pops a Flesh Golem. There's a Primal Split in the face. BKB's coming out once again. Bubble put in the back lines. Resolution got the quick kill on Undying. Illidan's actually dropping as well. The Ward Trap almost trapping him. Maybe giving him a barrier. He does end up going down, though. He has buyback. Undying actually already buys back. Double kill for Resolution, though. And they take out the Arc Warden. So OG winning this fight right here. Pretty decisively, in fact. All they lost was the Brewmaster. Arc Warden buys back, however. But OG Resolution staying alive. Going to take out the Tombstone. Look at those wards. It's an army of wards here, but he's going to doppelganger into it. And a story, though. So OG, they win a pretty decisive fight, actually, and they get several buybacks out of it.
Yeah, they had people just walk into CC. Like, Fly hit a multi-man Ice Path, Jerax hit a multi-man Impale, and Rezo had a DD room. That was probably the hallmark of that fight, because he just destroyed the Undying and the Razor.
Got the Tempest double coming in, though. It is going to be killed off. Duration right there. Ace Stream picked up by Jerax, and it's going to secure the Roshan kill, actually. So, once again, they'll have the Aegis and the Cheese. Aegis picked up by Resolution.
There's the game plan now. For the next 6 minutes, if you find Arc Warden, you can win the game.
It's a tough task once again, but he does go with the PKB, by the way. Talked about that. And now he's at the top lane, actually. He's going to run down Necrophos. Gets him to load a Sorb up and stay alive, at least, but...
this is Jerax's bread and butter, though. This is when he earns his keep. A good scout without getting seen, where you find the Arc Ward and you get your team there with a smoke. That's how you pull games like this out. Like, we actually see OG having a net worth lead.
Yeah. This is their first net worth lead of the game. Look at the graph. It's been all in favor of the dire side here. Now they have the lead, and that's a big item pickup, actually, as Jakiro manages to get a full Scythe here. Picked up himself, so whenever your 5 support can get an item like that, that's a feels-good moment. As Arc Warden, apply the Mjolnir effect onto a creep as he dies off there with the Tempest double. Resolution scouting around. He actually has the Eye of Scotty in his backpack currently with the Aegis pickup. So more level 25s are hitting. Brewmaster ended up going the Primal Split units, the 2,000 plus life. So those are much tankier now. 400 life on Necrophos. Razor did go the static link damage. And that's pretty much covers it. Been over the others.
Yeah, I want to see more CC on this OG side if they get to another item. Like, Brewmaster getting Abyssal instead of the Boots of Travel could be huge. On a Blink Abyssal on the Arc Ward, you just need different ways to go in on him. That's the biggest thing about this game right now. If they find a jump on a couple people, fights can still go OG's way. I don't think this Aegis is really going to be that high impact, though. Like, Rezo's starting to finally do some damage, but it's only to people with a mana pool, and pretty much only people that are stunned. So, a lot of times he's just going to be the last guy remaining in the fight anyway. But a lot of respect being given here by SFT. Again, just using this Tempest double to push out, not putting any risk in this at all.
Well, it's understandable. He comes on right here. He's going to die off pretty quickly, though. By the time he reaches it, so he's trying to just poke down that range tracks at least. Backdoor protection, but OG doing their part to defend against it and trying to keep the lane pushed back as much as they can, of course. Bot's level 2, starting to come out even. Necrophos has his. He might be the only one. No, actually, Phantom Lancer also has his.
Phantom Lancer even has enough for a Moonshard.
Yep, 7,000 gold. His own attack speed can be increased pretty heavily here. Razor actually has a hyper... Okay, it is going to be an AC, I was going to say. We're going to buy a Moonshard as well, or you go with the AC finish?
Selling off his pipe is not a negligible thing at this point either. That's been making it very, very hard for No-Tail to find good Reaper sites. And with that pipe now needing to get picked up by Undying to keep that same buff, could be a nice little opening. OG might actually get a decent scythe off.
Well, Undying's actually going to be going Ags here. He has a point booster, so he's going to really have a powerful decay spam. That's a result of that. Try to get the life pull down of several heroes and also become a beast himself.
I just feel like Sheep is probably a little better at the stage of the game. Oh, no.
They're going to catch him to Razor. That's Reaper's side trying to commit for this kill. Stun him up at least.
So it's up again in 15.
That's true. Lag comes out. Razor, he is dead. Undying could not get there in time. Put the tombstone down. The rip heal not enough, though. And now he has to run, but I don't know if he's tanky enough, unfortunately. He gets 4-stepped out, though. Hit a Defiance. Wards go down from Rasta. Trying to thwart them
Rezo
off, but
in.
He really is, isn't he? Pexu, he's the one taking that damage. Locks down the Phantom Lancer, though. That's an Aegis use. Should be able to get out of this. Razor's staying dead for 75 more seconds, though. Look at Arc Warden, by the way.
Can't get in this.
Arc Warden sent in a Tempest double into the face, but yeah, you see, Resolution, he's dying though to the Arc Warden, and Resolution, oh, the top again at the last second. The force though from Thompson, it's not going to be enough. The Lotus Orb, yes, it is enough. They finish him off. He does have buyback though, but Thompson's getting low, remember. No buyback himself, but he's just too much damage. He gets one kill. Reaper side, no, he's getting locked down with the shackles. He couldn't use it because of that. Kiting away at Thompson, puts the bubble down, but it was too far away. He's dead for 130. OG trying to take game 3. They get another kill with the Reaper side as they take out Rasta. Buyback from Phenomancer.
They need creeps. They need creeps now. This should be a clean closeout at this point.
They don't have creeps though, and 30 seconds, 30 Razor's up. That's not
fine.
Game.
That's fine. This is definitely thrown. They get these creeps in from top lane, they just grab one tier 3 and just go barreling in. They're gonna know that there is no buyback at all very, very soon here.
There's 2 minutes still on Arc Warden's buyback, so basically by the time he's up.
This should be game.
I mean, Razor's up in 8.
You just go straight T-Force. Good call.
But yeah, without the damage of Arc Warden.
Like, Jerax can just burrow, like, on the other side of the throne and just peel them off so hard.
There we go. No-Tail, he's going to be the one engaged right here. Resolution is focusing on the tower in the meantime. A lot of damage being stolen by Illidan. That is showing off with the right clicks. He's going to be lifted up, though, by the Primal Split of Brewmaster. Meanwhile, Nikwa goes down. Reaper Scythe go 150 seconds. Undying is up. He puts down a tombstone on the backlands, trying to do what he can. Help his team stay alive right here. But that Ancient, it is dying. Resolution trying to focus at Illidan, though. He's able to take out Nyx Assassin. They also kill Necrophos, who buys back immediately. He's also TPing back in. Resolution is pounding on the Ancient. That's going to do it. Game number 3 goes to OG. In the end, what seemed like a victory for SFTe-sports. They take it away from them, and they